Hello students, now today I will explain sum number 3 and 4 of exercise 6.1 chapter 6 integers. Okay, so let's start. So now as you see in question number 3, represent the following on the number line. That means some following integers are given under question number 3. All integers we have to represent on the number line. So what is the first integers given? Plus 5. So the first thing that you have to draw is a number line. Okay. Now mark some lines like this. Just keep in mind that the gap should be equal. Okay. In between every marking, just try to keep the equal distance. Okay. Now because plus 5 would be towards the right hand side of the 0. So how to calibrate it? So 0, write 0 here, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8 and plus 9. And on the left hand side there will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay. Now which integers we have to plot on the number line? That is plus 5. So here we see plus 5 is here. So how to represent it? Just make a circle like this. Okay, plus 5. Fine. Now let's move on to sum number B. So this is sum number B. Sum number B, students. It is given minus 10. So minus 10 would be on the left hand side of the 0. So see, I've drawn a number line. Fine. I've marked the same way. Okay, just mark on the number line and try to keep the distance between the two markings should be equal. Okay, the distance between the consecutive markings should be equal. Okay, now once you're done with this, you just have to concentrate on the left hand side now. So I have taken a maximum range on the left hand side and the minimum range on the right hand side. Okay, that is only 1, 2, 3 I have written, and the maximum range on the left hand side up till minus 11. Now which integers we have to represent on the number line? That is minus 10. So where is minus 10, students? Yes, here. So just mark a circle like this. So this is how we represent minus 10 on number line. Okay, now let's move on to sum number C, students. Now for question number C, we have plus 8. Now plus 8 will be on which side? It will be on the right hand side of the 0. So we'll keep the maximum range on the right hand side this time and minimum range on the left hand side. So we'll put 0 here. We'll write minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. Only up till minus 3 will work. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now if you are not providing the plus sign, that will also do. Okay, so if you're not providing plus sign also, that itself represents that these all integers are positive integers. Now plus 8. So where we have to plot the plus 8? Which side we have to see? On the right hand side. So here is your required number. So how to plot it? Exactly, you just have to encircle this number. Fine. So this is how you will represent plus 8 on the number line. Now let's see how to represent minus 1 on the number line. So we'll take the same number line which I have drawn for the previous one. So this time we have to plot, or we have to represent minus 1 on the number line. So again you have to draw the same thing. Draw one number line, mark it like this. Okay. So as you see that minus 1 will be on the left hand side of the 0. So how to plot minus 1? Just encircle minus 1 like this. Fine. So this is, you do not have to take so much numbers on the positive sides. Okay, you can just take up till 5 also. It will work, no problem. Fine, you can take up till 5 also. Okay, so this is how you represent minus 1 on the number line. And the last sum, that is minus 6, please try it on yourself. Okay, now let's move on to sum number 4 of exercise 6.1. Now in question number 4, they have given one vertical line on the book. Fine. So you have to consider that number line to answer the following questions they have asked. Fine. So I'm just going to read out the first sum of question number 4. If point D is plus 8, suppose the vertical line which is given on the right hand side of the question, there you will find that D, somewhere D is at the topmost of the vertical line. There is, you will find number D is written, letter D is written. So this D is representing plus 8. then which point is minus 8? So you have to count it, isn't it? You have to count it. So minus, if D is minus 8, just a minute. Yes. So students, I have drawn the number line for your convenience. Okay, now what is the first question they have said? If D is representing plus 8, then which letter will represent minus 8? Okay, then you have to start counting then. So if this is plus 8, then the preceding number would be what? Plus 7. This would be plus 6. This would be plus 5. This would be plus 4. This would be plus 3. This would be plus 2. This would be plus 1. And this would be 0. Okay, O is representing 0. Then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9 and minus 10. Now it will become very easy for us to see and locate which letter is representing with what integer. Okay, now minus 8, which letter is representing minus 8? That is F. So our first answer would be F. So we'll write point F represents minus 8. Now let's move on to sum number B. Now sum number B, they have said that is point G a negative integer or a positive integer? Now where is point G? Where is point G? Here. So point G is representing what type of integer? Negative integer. So we'll write point G is a negative integer. And which integer G is representing? It is representing minus 6. This also you can write, additional advantage. Fine. Now what is number C? So number C, they have said, they are asking write the integers for the point B and E. Where is point B? Okay, now point B represents what integer? Plus 4. And next point is point E. Point E. The point E represents minus 10. So see, so it becomes so easier to answer. Just by looking at it, you can just answer the question. Number D. What is number D then? Number D, they have asked which point marked on the number line has the least value. So which number is carrying the least value? Obviously minus 10 is the most smallest integer among all the numbers, isn't it? So we will write least value. Okay, so what is the least value on the number line? On the number line is minus 10. Okay, the least value on the number line is point E, you write, is point E. Okay, you also mention the letter also, as it represents, why it is the smallest point? As it represents minus 10, isn't it? So that is the reason E is the least value on the number line. Now let's move on to sum number E. Now in sum number E, they have asked arrange all the points in the decreasing order of the value, that is in descending order. Now before that we have to write all the values of the letters, that is D represents which integer, C represents which integer. Okay, so just first of all we'll write the values of all the letters, C, then B, okay, then A, then O, after that H, then G, then F, and then E. Okay, now D represents plus 8, C represents plus 5, B represents plus 4, A represents plus 2, O represents 0, H represents minus 2, G represents minus 6, F minus 8, and E minus 10. Now just arrange all the integers first in the descending order, that is big number to a smaller number. So biggest number is what? 8, then 5, then 4, then 2, then 0, then minus 2, then minus 6, minus 8, and then minus 10, isn't it? So 8 is represented by which letter? D. So write D. 5 represents which letter? C. Then B. 2 represents A. This is O, H, G, F, and E. So this is your required arrangement, okay, in the descending order. Okay, so this is the final solution of sum number E. I hope you have all understood. Fine. So this is number A, B, C, D, and E. Now in your question, when you will write the question, if you want to draw this number line, no problem, and if you do not want to draw this number line, then also no problem. It's up to you. Okay, students. Now question number 5 would be your homework. Okay, students, question number 5 would be your homework. Thank you. God bless you all and stay blessed.